Oh
Good
my
to
gosh.
see you.
You too. I love this dress.
I love your pants.
Oh,
I love
wore
this.
these to the Grammys.
Ooh. I love this. It's like, it's lingerie-ish.
It is lingerie-ish. It's very me.
I might have to borrow it.
Deal. Amazing. How are things? How are the podcasts?
Oh my gosh, things are so good. We have been doing a lot of different interviews with some creators that we have been kind of trying to get on the show for a while. And so we have some new exciting things coming up. We just had a gal on who is married, like yourself.
Cool.
And she was talking about how she's also married to a porn star and how
I saw a clip of this.
Yes, and that's still kind of currently going semi-viral, and I'm getting a lot of positive feedback.
Amazing. Because people can't fathom, they think that if you're adult star, there's absolutely no possibility of you being in a relationship.
Right.
Which is so funny because most of them are in relationships and have been for decades.
Yeah.
I ran into one at AVN, and I didn't actually know he was married because a lot of them do keep that part of their personal life private.
Keep it private. They share everything else.
Yeah. They're like, we share everything for you. We're keeping this one side to ourselves. And he was like, oh, my wife's gonna be here later. I've been married 20 years. And I was like,
what?
I know. But like most of them are. And so whenever people are like, you're gonna be single forever, I'm like, you have no idea, because pretty much all of them are married up. And not like, I've been married for a short time, which is cool too, or like I'm miserably married, but like very happily, long-lasting relationship.
So we're doing the Lord's work out here.
Doing the Lord's work.
That's right, the Christian porn star. That's what it is.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is me, the Christian porn star.
I love that.
I do too, because people can't fathom, just like they can't fathom you would choose this career, that you could have a relationship with God and do porn. Like they're like, absolutely not, you can't have both. And I'm like, actually, I feel more connected to God now doing porn.
In the throne.
In the throne.
Oh, God.
Weren't we created naked anyway? I don't know why we're not all getting back to our roots.
I love that.
Yeah, I understand that people can't fathom having a relationship with God and doing porn, because we've been programmed for so long, whether it was religion or society, that sex is wrong. And especially sex and religion is wrong, when in actuality, they're very much linked together.
It's really nice. The one thing about podcasts is that you get to showcase all different aspects.
Yeah.
You know, when we're doing the like the OnlyFans, that's kind of just one aspect.
Yeah.
And so we have the people that come on and they're like, okay, yeah, you know, I went to college for 4 years, or, you know, I was partying and I started realizing I was drinking and doing drugs too much, and now I don't do that anymore. I was married and now I'm divorced. And it's like, honestly, like a lot of these girls too come from like a very small, quiet, religious background.
Yeah.
And then they go to Prague and they've got 3 dicks in their ass. And they're like, yeah,
why
I want nothing more in my life. Because all the crazy shit is filmed in Prague. All the craziest porn you've ever seen, Prague.
I learned something today.
It's all in Prague.
Books Flight to Prague.
I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
I don't know.
Gotta work up to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know it's been a minute since you guest hosted, but I'm actually really excited that you were able to come by today because we have a new studio.
Okay, I want to go see it.
Okay.
Let's go see.
Stuff ready for practice today? Nice.
You may know me as Courtney Tillier's husband, but I went through this awful divorce, worked on myself a lot, decided that, you know, I was still gonna have a relationship and a marriage and a family, all the things that I always wanted that just didn't pan out in my first marriage. And so I did all this inner work. I became a great man, the type of man that I was proud to be as a father. And it's everything to me. How you feeling about football?
Good.
Yeah? Yeah, you like the club you're playing with?
Yeah.
It's fun, huh?
Yep.
Play a lot at school?
Yes.
Yeah. That's when you get really good, is when you play a lot, play often. I love that we get to share this together.
Same.
Yeah, that's cool. I had that with my grandpa and my dad, your grandpa, and then to get to share it with you is awesome. It's my favorite thing. Hopefully you get good enough, quick enough that you can still play with me when I'm still on the pitch.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. Nice. What do you want to do with soccer?
I don't know.
Yeah, you want to play in college? What do you want to play for?
I want to play for Man United.
Just not Liverpool, right?
Never Liverpool.
Nice. My biological dad wasn't around when I was a kid. So, yeah, it's something that I always wanted to be able to give to my kids, was that constant presence, that unconditional love that I didn't get as a kid. It really is something that I treat with such reverence, to be able to be that. So, you know, Mom and I will do anything that we can to get you all the right training, all the right people. You know, I know a lot of people set you up for success, but you got to do your part.
Okay.
What's that?
Working hard and training.
Working hard, training, have a good attitude, be a good teammate, have fun. It's the most important thing, is have fun, right?
Yeah.
Football's a great sport. You just got to have fun with it. Pretty cool, huh? Love it. Proud of you. Well, time to go to practice again. Every day, right? 7 days a week?
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Almost took you out. Yellow card.
So this is the new space.
Wow.
It's much brighter, yeah.
Yeah, it's much bigger.
Yeah, it's definitely more homey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Feel
it really is.
Yeah, it's been really good. Actually, something kind of crazy happened. We were set to have this one girl on. She's a major influencer. She's got red hair. She's got kind of a wild, she's known for the, tell me if I'm saying this right, a Hygo face, where you put your tongue out and they do like that.
The cross-eyed?
Yeah. It's like anime.
Now I know exactly
We were
what
gonna
you're
have
talking
her
about.
on.
Okay.
But guess what? She like converted to Christianity, or like converted to Jesus.
Do you see my face? Or what does my face say?
I know. Yeah,
It's not about the converting to Christianity.
Okay.
Okay, I do have things to say about that. It's become a thing in the last couple months where influencers are creating fake media lines to get publicity, and it pisses me off.
Wait, so you're saying that she's lying? She hasn't actually, in fact.
Well, the statement was that they deleted the OF account.
Yeah.
Is the OF account still up? It's still there.
Still there, yeah.
Exactly. So if you were true and you were like, I've come to Jesus and I had this moment where God told me to delete the OnlyFans account, you would have deleted the OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
But you didn't, because it was a publicity stunt. And so you were doing it for media attention and clicks and created a fake storyline.
Right.
Versus like us who have and it's not just her. I've seen a bunch of people who have said that they were a school teacher turned OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. And I was like, but you actually weren't. And I actually was.
You suffered. You were in the trenches, girl.
But also, I think a couple things. I think it loses trust with the world because eventually it comes out that you're like, oh wait, you know what? I didn't actually delete the OnlyFans account. I just did it for this clicks and money.
She's on there reading the Bible verse with her titties out. She's like turning the Bible pages with her tits. Come to church, children.
Right?
I'm just wondering how this is going to play out for her.
And it shits on the adult community because it people are like, yeah, that's right. I told you how to get a job. I told you it was wrong. I told you it was shameful.
Right.
And it was all for your publicity. And listen, I am all for publicity. I am all for media. I love it. But you're unique enough as a person. We all are. We all have our story that like stop creating a fake thing. The part that I have an issue with is that there are creators that are making fake storylines to get media and get attention and get clicks, which I think is horrible. And the second part is that we're still dealing with a level of shame. You deleted it because you felt shameful for it. You felt like you couldn't have a relationship with God and have an OnlyFans account. That is the problems that I'm having. It's like an inauthentic, shameful, judgmental, guilty energy, and that is what I don't like. I'm not a big religious person. My thing is like, just be authentic and true to who you are. And but there are a bunch of people who are turning to Jesus, who are actually deleting their OnlyFans account.
Okay.
And I have no shame in like somebody who's like, this isn't the right path for me. This isn't it. I don't feel good about it. I have
agree.
friends that I've shot porn with that have done that, and they're like, it just doesn't feel good to me. And I was like, amazing, close it down, do what's right for you, for your mental health, your emotional health. Like, don't continue to do something that you don't love. My issue with it is that it's more about them shutting it down because society has made them feel shameful.
Right.
They've made them feel like they can't have the partner and the life that they want because of what they're doing is wrong. That's the problem that I have a hard time with, is that they're like, oh, I am doing this because you've made me feel shameful for it.
Right. I see what you're saying. Kind of like the people on the outside have won.
Yeah.
Like they have shamed the creator into submission.
Yes.
And then it almost kind of fuels the fire.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, great, we got her. Now we're gonna go
We
over to
saved
this
her.
one. Yeah.
And they didn't. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on a lot of podcasts that are popping up? There's a lot of different podcasts where people are encouraging being open with your sexuality. And then there's a lot of podcasts where they're definitely downing, and typically it's men with mics, and they're like talking and they're like, you're a 304, you're, you got daddy issues and like all these different things. What are your thoughts? Like, do you think that the podcast space should be policed a little bit more? Because I almost feel like the OnlyFans space should be policed a little bit more.
It's hard because, right, like it's a freedom of speech,
right,
and it's creating content. And people could say the same thing about us. They'd be like, take those naked girls off the internet. However, our stuff isn't actually hurting anyone. I think those podcasts make it seem like they're empowering the men.
Yeah.
Into being like stand-up, powerful men.
Yeah.
But actually they're perpetuating the misogyny of tearing down women.
Yeah.
And they're not actually doing things to better themselves or to create the life they want. They're just like, how can we shit on women and make them feel even worse about themselves so that we can get them and not be good stand-up human beings. That's the shit that I'm like, absolutely not.
I agree. That's why I really like the Inside OnlyFans podcast, because I feel like we equally shit on both men and women.
We do, because we've been on there and we've been like, okay, we're a little crazy, or I'm like a little needy, or I'm like these things, and we're just honest. But like, it's an equal, like, I can do better, and you can do better, and like, we're all amazing at great things. I love what a safe space CJ created, and hearing people's experiences, their kinks, the weird requests that they got, their own experiences growing up, their families. It's helped me to heal in my own sexual journey so much.
Yeah, so I think that's why it's really important, and that's just one of the reasons why I really can't wait to have you back on the podcast.
I can't wait too.
You provide a really good perspective, a very unique perspective, and what I really like is that at the end of the day, you're a mom, you're a wife, and you're a porn star. So you really have so many different bases covered. Yeah. And it's very, very important, because I think it is ultimately very humanizing.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. I love that. Amazing. I'm
we
so
gotta
glad.
Hang out.
Yes,
we gotta
let's
hang
do
out
it.
some more.
So good. I love this space.
Yay.
Congrats
Okay, well,
on all
good.
this
I'm
success.
glad. Woo! Okay, let's go call backs and tell them right now.
Let's do it.
Coming up on Nick and Courtney, the new American dream.
First, it's like we test once a month, and now it's 2 weeks.
If you get it at the beginning of your testing and then have 3 weeks later, like, how many people have you spread that to?
What do we want to do today?
We have not used this table.
That might be fun.
This would be really fun.